Hi FoodTube, Kerryann here. I'm going to show you one of my all-time favourite egg recipes. It's called Menemen. It's a Turkish dish shown to me by my best friend Çiçek. First of all, I've got a couple of these loaves of Turkish bread. You don't have to use Turkish bread. You can use ciabatta, you can use baguette, you can use any bread you like. If you find your bread's a little bit old or it's lost its spark, the simplest thing to do, now I'm not mad, trust me, run it under the tap and shake off any excess and put them straight into an oven that's been preheated onto the rack. You don't need a tray or anything like that. Let's get started on the Menemen. Now I've got a Spanish onion here. You can use normal onions. I'm not going to use all of it, I'm just going to use half. Before I start chopping it though, I'm going to put my pan on so it gets nice and warm. Now we want to chop this into just bite-sized pieces. It's no fuss, no pompousness, no circumstance. This is a rustic dish. So we've just got those into some chunks. We get some olive oil in the pan, a nice glug, and we'll get those straight in. And a nice generous pinch of salt and a little pinch of pepper. Now we're going to get 3 of these Turkish chilies, and again we're just going to chop these up into bite-sized chunks. Let's get on with a red pepper. So just going to do the same again and cut it into nice little bite-sized chunks. So colourful and beautiful. Right, let's turn the heat up on that a little bit. Now we need some tomatoes. I like to use vine tomatoes because I feel they have a much nicer flavour and they actually taste like tomatoes. So I'm going to use 4. So I'm going to cut them in half and take off the little eye bit at the top. We're going to put 2 tomatoes to the side and we're going to dice up these 4 tomatoes into fairly small chunks, because what we're going to do is we're going to fry these with the onions, peppers and chilies, and that will make sort of like a spicy tomato sauce that's really, really chunky. And straight into the pan with those. Let's give that a nice toss up. That the tomatoes are starting to break down and get really soft and sort of coat everything else in this juice. I'm going to cut the remaining tomatoes into wedges, because at the end, when you eat it, you want a nice big chunk of tomato as well. Okay, so in with these. Okay, and we want to just leave that for about 2 to 3 minutes, just until these big tomatoes start to soften. Not completely cooked through, but just until they start to soften. Now for the fun part, we're going to put some eggs in. So what we need to do is just get a little spoon and make like we're going to put 4 eggs in. So we'll just make 4 little, kind of like wells, if you like. And then we'll get an egg and crack it straight in, just like that. And the last one. So now the eggs are in, we want to turn down the heat just a little bit because we don't want to cook the eggs too quickly. A little teeny tiny pinch of salt on top of each egg, because eggs really do need seasoning, and a little pinch of pepper. You can see the eggs are starting to bubble in the rest of the sauce, but they're not cooked at all on the top. I haven't got a lid for this pan, so I'm just using a plate. And we're going to leave that just until the eggs are cooked and set. The white is set and the yolk will still be runny. Right, so that's been going for about 4 minutes now. So let's take off the lid and have a little look. Can you see why we covered it now? The eggs are perfectly cooked, still runny. Now, we serve it straight from the pan because it looks so pretty. If you take it out, start dishing it up, it's going to be a bit of a mess. And not only that, it's an excuse to eat together as a family, all dig in. That's how me and my kids do. So just remember, serve it from the pan. I just want to sprinkle it over with some chopped parsley because it livens it up a little bit. Let's get the bread out. Ha! Look at that. It's like it's just been baked from scratch. Sorry guys, but I just can't wait anymore. Let's have a go. Oh, look at that, nice bit of egg yolk. Nice bit of tomato. So good. It's spicy, it's got the creamy egg yolk, the lift of the fresh parsley. So there you have it guys, my version of Menemen. It's a great, great dish. Try it out for yourselves. If there's anything you want to do different, try it out. Let me know how you get on in the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe, like it if you like it, share it if you want to share it. But most importantly, enjoy it. My version of Menemen. See you later. Hi FoodTube, Kerryann here. I'm going to show you one of my all-time favourite recipes. It's chilli con veggie, which is basically a vegetarian chilli con carne. I know, a bit difficult for me, no meat, but stick with me, I'll show you how great it is. Okay, so first we're going to need 2 medium-sized onions, and we're going to finely chop those. It doesn't